All right, what's up, you guys? David Fox, the Black Belt Realtor, here with another episode of the Keeping It Real Estate podcast, and we have my broker Jordan Bobbitt. Jordan, how we doing? You're at the helm now today.
Yeah, today.
Our associate broker's not with us, and then little bro Josh, how we doing, Josh?
We're doing all right.
All right, so I'm going to send this over to Amanda, make sure our AV is good. If you guys are watching this live, let us know how the AV is. Someone was talking smack saying, I think it was because they zoomed in.
Or not the live.
Yeah, the clips, right? The clips. But we've got, I'm going to run through a few of the first ones because that final story of the Reddit rundown, that's a crazy one, dude. Like the Supreme Court one.
Oh,
yeah. So first things first, let's hit it off with any real news in the real estate world. I know someone got pre-approved.
Someone locked in yesterday for 5.65.
Good. Yeah. Not get the two out of your head.
Yeah.
Get threes out of your heads, right? Even probably get fours out of your head,
Seriously.
maybe. But 5.5 is great. 5.5 is great. And so now if you're looking, if you need to buy, whatever, everyone's like, they tell you it's always a great time to buy. I mean, I've directly advised people against that, but that's a different story. 5.5% rates. Any grants right now? Mishta.
I mean, you've got your Mishta.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I don't think that there's the
Mishta's 10 grand.
Yeah, I don't think that there's the 15 that's for, or not the 15,
25.
but the 20
Yeah,
or 25 that's forgivable.
I got one of my clients one of those last year, and that was pretty sick.
I think with the budget cuts, I don't know if we'll be seeing them, and that's what I've been hearing. But we'll see. Because trust me, I was ready for it too.
How long have you been licensed?
10 years. This year's going to be 10 years.
All right, so you would have been a little young too. Well, no, I'm curious how does war affect real estate?
Well, that's what I was talking to somebody about yesterday too. I mean, again, it's going to be how your average consumer looks at it.
Oh, I see.
And they're going to look at it as, if we're in war, times aren't good, blah, 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 blah. And it's not always...
You think they're going to clench the purse strings a little bit?
We'll see. I mean, time will tell. I mean, because, conflicts are starting over there. So we'll see how...
What, they sink 11 ships yesterday?
They're like, they had 11.
A single strike.
They had 11 ships, and today they have none.
It's like literally the game of Battleship. They're like, all right, you're all gone. Okay, pack the board up. We're going home. So to me, like, again, average consumer, to me, it's like, I need to get out of the city. I don't like being here, because if something pops up, right, let's just say let's just say we get enemy boots on the ground in America. First off, are they coming to Detroit? I don't know. Were they going to attack Fermi? That's always the joke, right? Oh, they're going to take out the nuke. I don't think Detroit's even on top 10 target list.
Yeah, I don't think Michigan we've got too much to worry about. I mean, like you said, what are they going to drop into Detroit or what? Oh, you can go to Carlton, drop to Carlton. That would be much better for you. You know.
Can you imagine? People. I mean, they would have quite a militia in Carlton.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think so. In the Midwest would be dumb. Go
to California.
I'm just saying. No,
California have a better chance.
Hold on, I've got to look it up now. It was
average gun owners per capita.
The guns per capita in the Midwest. Wisconsin's at the top, but
oh really? Okay.
It's like the Midwest have more guns and a stronger militia than most countries do.
Sure.
And it's just not even fair. And that's why most countries say to invade to America would be suicide because
you have a secondary army.
Yeah, every other person has a gun.
Yeah,
that knows the lay of the land. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, as much as I'd love to talk about wars that I don't understand why we're fighting, right. I would, and I'm sure there's a reason, right? I don't know. There has to be. That's why I keep telling myself. We're gonna get into some Reddit rundowns. First off, Tales from the Trenches. You had one, and I said hold it for the show.
I'm trying to remember.
This is what I told you. I said I need to write this down. Okay, I said I need to write this down so that we can.
Oh yes.
I forget. Do you remember it?
Yes, I do.
Big bro just remind you?
Yeah.
All right, what's your Tales from the Trenches?
So long ago, probably when I first started real estate,
He just got a pillow talk voice all of a sudden, didn't he? Like he went from talking to,
I didn't want to
and he was like,
fast
"Well,
and quick, so
camera's on me now, boys." All right, like that got really strange. You can talk normal, like I might be able to monitor you.
I don't know.
So,
but when I first started real estate, I had a couple that started to look for houses, they would bring their kids to showings. They gave our mortgage rep, their pay stubs, W-2, bank statements, everything that they needed to get pre-approved.
Sure.
We got pre-approved. We had them in an offer.
Beautiful.
They started the
This is
mortgage
recent or just in general?
when I was,
Ever.
yeah,
Okay.
because I can't.
Yeah.
But the mortgage company started doing I don't say background check, but verification of the jobs and all that, to get their loan approval.
Sure.
We found out that they faked their W-2s, they faked their pay stubs, they faked their bank statements, and all of it was fraud.
Wow. That's like, what is that? Catch Me If You Can?
Kind of.
It's like
wow. They're trying to commit mortgage fraud to get into a nice house. And honestly, it's not our job.
If it passed did it look all right? Did they?
Honestly, if you looked at it, it looked like a W-2, and they did work there, but they
were recently let go,
and they
were fudging. They were
forging the numbers.
Oh, I see.
So it was a W-2.
So when they originally reached out, were they employed?
We don't really know. The mortgage rep thankfully
caught it.
Well, he knew something was fishy because he's like, some of these numbers just don't make sense. So there's something that they can do to take a deeper dive, but it costs the mortgage rep out of pocket money. It's something that they have to pay for to double check, so it doesn't happen every deal.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't happen every deal, because they have to pay for it out of pocket, and most of the time they just don't. And he did it though because he's like, something's fishy, and lo and behold, that's what they're trying to do.
They would bring their kids to showings. We sat with them for hours.
Yeah.
No,
hours.
at the office, going over numbers, going over everything because they didn't understand. So we
didn't understand.
Well, closing costs and what the fees were, and they were like, "Nope, we can't do this number." So we were at, I think it was around like 7 or 8 o'clock. We were talking to the listing agent, and they were at our office with the mortgage rep. And
you got to closing.
Yeah, they were like a week away from closing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
So this is the funny part.
So when did oh my God.
So you want to hear the funny part?
So we called him.
Oh, yeah.
We called the guy, and we're like, "Hey," he's talking to us like we're normal because he doesn't know.
Yeah.
And we're like, "So you don't work here anymore, do you? Or here? And your wife doesn't work here or here?"
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, I'm like, "So you tried to commit mortgage fraud?" I'm like, "I don't know if you knew this, but that's a federal crime. Yeah. I'm like, "So you got, here's your options."
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
What?
So
Yeah.
the funny thing
what
is,
was the fallout? Did he have to at least pay the mortgage?
No. Well, that's what I was gonna say. The funny thing is, the attempt to commit mortgage fraud is not illegal. Committing mortgage fraud is illegal.
So if you had closed,
yes.
So if we had closed, then he would have been found guilty.
Yeah.
But now it's just caught you.
Wow.
Go off to the next person.
That is crazy.
EMD. He lost his EMD.
Yeah, you lost your EMD.
Yeah. Well,
because you lied. It's not even lost. He's got to sign off on it, which he didn't, and it just stays in escrow until it goes back to the state. So after 3 years, let's say you've got an EMD, and it's your buyer's EMD, and your buyer just said, "You know what? Day closing. Don't want to sign anymore. I'm out. See ya."
Disappears.
You've got a huge $10,000 EMD in there for, because that's just what they put in.
Can't touch it.
And they don't want to sign off. Now you can, if they've disappeared, you can't get in contact with them. There's no way. You can then go to court and have the court give it to you.
Yeah.
But that's the only.
You go to
Otherwise,
small claims court and just say, "Hey, he's disappeared. He's gone. We've tried contacting him. Obviously, as you see here, he's not here today." It's been
so they subpoena him and he doesn't show.
And then they award whoever.
That's crazy.
Doesn't show.
That is a crazy story.
Yeah, that's
wow. That reminds me of a story. One of my an old colleague. No, and not in real estate. An old colleague I knew. He sold Cadillacs, and some guy came in. He knew the system so well that he came in like an hour before close, and effectively ran through it and drove off a new Cadillac, and had nothing. Like it was something like I think he wrote like I don't know, but he he knew it well enough to play them, and they're like, "Oh, it's no big deal. We'll just do it in the morning over the weekend." I think is what it was. It's the Friday last hour, and they were like, so this guy drove off a new Cadillac off the lot.
Most of those they got tracking chips. In them.
Well, I don't know. This was 10 years.
I also forgot to mention the price of the houses were like in the $500,000 range.
Ooh. Yeah, he tried. Go big or go home. You know.
Josh, do me a favor. Bring that in just a little, kind of collapse your, close it, because you got a bar coming across your face. That's better. That's better. So you can see what I see right here. That's because that was coming across your cheek right now. Gotcha. All right, fantastic. All right, so I just don't want you to be upstruck. We got to see. This is the money maker, right?
Big face to cover it. Hard.
All right. On that note, we are going to get into some Reddit rundowns. Okay, we've got. I'll do a Reddit rundown, and then I'll do my tale from the trench of that fun phone call I had earlier this week. And thank you for the correction. I'll make sure to add that in. All right, tales from the trenches. Let's see where we got this bad boy. So, selling my house in Michigan after no luck with agents. I have this older 3-bedroom house in Flint. It's been in the families for years. It has a big basement, detached garage, but the roof needs work, and the plumbing's from the 1980s, so it shows some age. That's not age. That's a rehab, bro. Like full plumbing, new roof, that alone, $30,000, $40,000, right? So, and as we'll see, So we decided to sell last year to move close to family in Detroit. Process has been slow. We listed with a real estate agent for $150 in the spring, thinking the location to downtown would help. After months of showings and dropping the price to $140, that's what kills me. All right, like I mean, maybe $10,000. Okay, maybe, I don't know. $10,000, that's the minimum adjustment, and $10,000 on $150,000. That's about
decent.
That's about on par. $10,000 on a $500,000 house.
Nothing.
No one is not buying your $500,000 house over a $10,000 delta.
And that's what I tell people.
Period. Like that's not what we're doing. Right. So it's percentages. We got a couple offers that fell through due to financing issues, probably because your house was unmortgageable. The market here seems tough with higher interest rates, and this was 2 months ago, so I don't know what they're talking about. Tried for sell by owner, local sites, but handling calls and paperwork took too much time, and it still sat without bites. Imagine that.
Yeah,
just selling a house requires work. A friend suggested cash buyers, so I contacted Sell Soon Blue Moon with the hyperlink. They came out quick, looked at the place, and offered $125, closed within weeks. No repairs needed for me. It's less than the market value, but it covers what we need without more delays. This guy probably works for Sell Soon Blue Moon, realistically.
Maybe.
But what's our, someone tells you this, what's your take? We're going to punt this to Jordan first.
Yeah, so one, if you're willing to sell it for $125 and discounted, how come you didn't lower the price earlier?
I think people just need to be told the same thing from someone else.
Yeah.
Like, you're incompetent. Hey, you need to reduce the price. Okay, we'll reduce the price. All right.
Yeah, no, and you'd be surprised how many times it's like, oh, I've got this listing. I think it's worth $350. They want $400. It's continuously, hey, $350, $350, $350. All of a sudden, it's sat in the market for 6 months with no price reductions, and they go list it with a new agent, and that agent gets it for $350.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
for $350. Yeah.
I'm like, I've been telling you to do that. Why? And then they sell it, and they're like, oh, see, look at this agent sold my house, and the other agent. Well, yeah, because they dropped the price $50,000.
Yeah, they sold it at the price I originally told you to. Yeah. I won't even I will entertain. I'll tell them. I say, here's my and that's why I send second opinion. I was like, hey, bro, am I out of my mind? And you're like, yeah, it's a little aggressive, dude. You kind of shoot me straight, and I said, okay, we can try your way. I'm with you guys. I don't like listing at even market value. Yeah. I don't. Right? List a little under. Yeah. The market will push it up, right? Like the inventory's so low right now, the market will push it up, and you'll get more eyeballs there. But if people, they just I see it all the time. I see it all the time. My sister got her house that way. It was 14 other offers or something. No, maybe 8. I think there's 8. 8 other offers though, right? And it was listed for 20 or 30 grand under market. So, that happens. It's a funny comment here because this is under the wholesaling houses subreddit, which I didn't realize. Mr. Earning the Attorney says you're in a subreddit dedicated to stealing equity from unaware homeowners. So why would a fish Ask a shark which pool to visit. Did you have a conversation with the realtor about why they thought the home wasn't selling? You need to talk to a neutral or at best on your side objective source. This sub ain't it. Right?
It's nice to see some smart comments every
Yeah,
once in a while.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Some intelligence.
The selling in the dead of winter is a lot harder than spring summer. If you listed at 150 or in prime time and got no offers, it's priced too high. I own a house directly adjacent to KU.
Kentucky University.
Yeah, maybe.
It might be something. I don't
It's
know.
4 beds with detached garage, big basement, no work needed. I'll be lucky to get 115. My neighbors both sold in last year for 105 and 107. Albeit they don't have a garage, but their house. Yeah, I mean, timing depends, right? Like I've got this condo coming up, Melvindale, and they are, they wanted to list at New Year's. I was like, do you need to? I was like, do you like need it that bad, right? And they're like, no, we wait till spring. I was like, wait till spring. So, that's where Sherry's going out to take pictures. So, all right, well, that is, wholesalers are a different breed, dude. Especially that selfish plug for buy, sell, Blue Moon.
Well, and that's the other thing I was going to say is go to your, there's plenty of local agents or investors that would have done the exact same thing.
Sure. Yeah.
You don't need to go to, a
big corporation.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get paid 70 cents on the dollar, I mean, Synergy Realty Group. We'll
call us up.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have you fill out several documents saying we told you, right? But if you want to sell it for too cheap, yeah, we'll buy it. Absolutely. All right, crazy stories. What's the craziest story you have, Josh? Yours was pretty good. This one on subreddit.
I remembered now.
Oh, so that wasn't even it. Well, let me read this one, and then you can tell me how yours is better. What was the craziest real estate story you ever had? I have had to put a box full of baby chicks in my car to move from one house to another. I've also walked into a house with the door hanging open, seller passed out drunk, in the bed, holes punched in the wall, and a cat sitting on the sofa. Later found out he didn't have a cat. All right, so that's a little wild. I mean, that's just kind of, it could depend on the area too. This was in California. A lady was infuriated during the foreclosure crisis. The lady was infuriated that the bank wouldn't work with her and instead foreclosed on her. So to get even, she took all of the chickens out of the coop and put them in the house. She opened up 4 bags of dog food and filled the bathtub full of water and closed. Oh my gosh. And closed up the house and left. I'm not sure how long the chickens were in the house, but long enough to just shit everywhere and eventually die in the home.
Yeah. They were there for
when I received the BPO order, it had instructions that it was a hazmat issue.
Yeah.
And to wear proper protection. It was actually a nice home prior to the chickens, and purchased the home, and of course rehabbed it.
I didn't even think of that. That's one way to destroy
an
a whole
old
house.
Acquaintance left her abusive husband, so he locked her German Shepherd in their house and abandoned it. It died a horrible death. He ended up in prison for it.
That's
Anyone
good.
who killed. That's dark. I didn't expect this to go. I should have read a couple of these. Wow, that's crazy. You got one crazier than that, Josh?
Yeah, Mark's up there. So this is when I first started real estate. One of my first house I ever shown was to a friend of, and I knew him. It was a nice house in the Downriver area.
Yeah,
not saying where. And I opened the house, show him the whole main floor basically, and there's a office sunroom, doors that open. I opened the doors, and apparently the owners had an elderly family member.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yes. They converted the whole room to like a hospital, like a little mini hospital.
Okay.
This older person was laying there, mouth open, eyes closed.
Dude, I can't. No.
I didn't know.
No.
Just like that, and I didn't know. And I'm like, and this is how I opened the door. This is how I open the doors to my clients.
You're showing.
And they're right behind me. I was like, and this is the sunroom.
Dad was there too, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he was he was walking behind us, and he was just like, and I was kind of.
You booked a showing.
They left him there.
They left him there. Didn't disclose that anybody was there. So when I opened the doors, it was just an older.
Was he? alive?
Oh,
he's
I
alive.
went
He
to
was
go check.
he was alive.
I didn't hear.
Okay.
We like there's
Thankfully.
breathing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
yeah, the
'cause,
noise could've got way worse.
Some elderly people do like when they sleep, they can look like you
Yeah,
gotta
but
like
I mean,
check it. You know?
but
That's
you're
no,
not,
you can't. You know, no,
You,
you gotta
don't disclose it.
that.
You're not.
Some
gonna tell
notice would have
us.
been nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
I wouldn't have opened the
gosh.
doors.
Oh my
I would have left that
gosh.
door shut.
Yeah.
Nope. And we called the agent. They're like, "Oh yeah, sorry, we'll put that." in
Sorry,
showing time.
grandpa's in there. Yeah. Oh my
we'll
gosh.
put that in showing time. I'm like, yeah, you think?
Oh my gosh.
And my clients were just
Did
like,
your buyers buy it?
no.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
no.
Yeah. Not surprised. That chicken story, dude, that's crazy.
Oh, I know people who intentionally. I mean, they.
I know they
rip out.
destroy it because they're angry, but that is a whole new level. Like,
Yeah, that's
like-
pretty smart.
like,
that takes some
that's not
intellect. That's smart.
That's
It-
not smart.
it's-
That's ingenuity.
It takes some.
Yeah, ingenuity, but I don't know about smart.
That's diabolical.
Yeah.
like that's
If you had to think, if you get a bunch of chickens and just toss them into a house, and you know they're just gonna just go everywhere.
No,
without
it's not.
having-
They're gonna
and
destroy all the. I mean, they're gonna
Carpet
destroy
gone.
everything, pick
Yeah.
at everything, poop everywhere.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
smell.
check it out.
Now
and
you, yeah.
It has. I mean, it's like yeah.
Well, it reminds. So we had a client who had just a bunch of cats. It was one of the agents in the
Oh, yeah,
office.
yeah.
She had so many cats that kind of similar story to the chickens. She had so many, and she couldn't go down to the basement that there were dead cats in the basement, and the smell was so bad that when the rehabber opened the windows just to air out the smell to get in, the neighbors were calling the office saying they need to close those windows now. We can't even enjoy, our day because
Wow.
it smells so bad. The seller came into the office, and my dad told him, they're not welcome back in. They stank up the office for probably 2 days.
Oh my
3 days.
God.
It was so bad that they came in and it just
what was the cause of the smell?
cat urine.
Oh
death,
no!
just-
No!
I mean,
I
Like I said, she had so many cats in the
Is this
house.
smoke too? Like just like
Well, I can't remember. It was just the cat. It was mostly cat pee. I mean, they ended up tearing all the subfloor and everything up. It was ridiculous.
This guy says had a cash buyer send me his proof of funds from the World Bank. It was $2 trillion. 2,882,870,000,000 to be exact.
richest man in the world.
Yeah.
It's just-
I had
From
someone.
the World Bank.
I had someone send me
Who's it?
proof of funds on a $500,000 house in Detroit on a Cash App. They took a screenshot of their Cash App account and
Added
said, "Oh, look,
over,
I've
yeah.
got 500."
Are those certified funds?
No.
No.
I let them know also that Cash App has a $10,000 limit. So how do they expect to be paying for the $500,000 when it's a $10,000 limit on Cash App? Do you plan on for the next 50 days taking 10 grand out and putting it into your account? So I'm like, is this a joke?
What do you think happened there?
He was trying to scam to get
Was
in
it
the
a
house.
fake screenshot?
Yeah. He was just trying to scam to get in the house. I don't know why.
Well, because
whether
Cash App, I know it's obviously like it has its roots in like being a dope boy app, right? Like they're now they track it, they report it. Like same with actually, what's that Bitcoin one? Coinbase.
Oh,
Coinbase,
never used that.
Coinbase,
Yeah, I don't know.
1099. Like so, people now that when they get it off the exchange,
But you have to exceed so much money for cash. I'm saying for cash.
Oh,
App.
for-
yeah.
yeah, for Cash App.
You mean if you for the whole year, let's just say throughout the whole, you made transactions that were like $500-600. You're not. gonna
Yeah, it's
have to-
600. That's the federal limit. But like if you do like $5,000.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah,
Interesting.
I was laughing, and I was like, yeah, the other agent isn't taking this as proof of funds, considering Cash App has a $10,000 withdrawal limit.
Sure.
And he's just like, oh, well, if they don't want my money, then I'll go elsewhere. I said, okay.
Of course he did. Okay. All right. Okay. So I think, hang on. Let me check time here. So we've got one more Reddit. Actually, I'm going to do my Tales from the Trenches. This will be a good segue. So I got a referral from Terwilliger. Sent me another one. Great friend. And he works with a couple, and so I'm on the phone with her, and she's from the Philippines, and so they're on Philippine time. And I'm talking to her like 11:30, 12 o'clock. And I was like, all right, cool. What area are we looking for? I'm explaining the whole process to her. She's actually cool. She was like, I did some research, and I everywhere I says you need to hire a professional agent for a big decision like this. I said, you're right. I'm biased, but you're right. And for the record, I hire agents for all my stuff, right? That's how we, So, so I was like, oh, well, what area are we thinking? And she's like, well, I really want an area. And she goes out like, we want this size. And I really want an area with not a lot of. I was like, stop. Don't finish the sentence, or I'm hanging up the phone. I will not be able to work with you because I have a feeling we're about to break the law here. Okay,
Yeah.
so what I can say, if you give me a city, you tell me the city you want to go in. I'll get you in it. She's like, no. She's like, no, nothing like that. I just want an area with not a lot of crime. I said, you tell me the city.
Yeah.
You give me any city, any area, right? If you want a certain neighborhood, I can create a radius, whatever. I'll find you the area. I can't tell you that.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. I can't point you in a direction of, any federally protected class. I can't dictate an acceptable level of crime, right? Like there are cities I won't live in that plenty of other people live in, right?
And love.
And love. Yeah, exactly, right? So
It's a personal opinion.
it's
Exactly.
a personal opinion and it's opinion, right? So I was like and Amanda was so she's in the sunroom like just watching me like walk and talk and speaker. I pace when I talk, and she's like, what happened? And so afterwards I was like, man, I thought for sure I was getting punked, like for sure, because the way it was just the whole way it was set up was a bit much. So that was the first time I've encountered that, and Jerry actually trimmed me. He's like, dude, you got to stop those right there, so but that's probably the craziest one. Still hoping that they got pre-approved, so we'll see. We'll go shop. Yeah. But you guys ever had any scenarios where you've had to walk away?
Not walk away. Well, yes, actually there was one that I had to walk away from. It was we were actually looking at, he was an investor trying to get out of the business, and 13 houses.
He was an agent?
No.
Oh, he was an investor.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was an investor who had a bunch of rentals. So he had 13 13 doors. A couple more multifamilies. There was like 8 or 9 properties.
I see.
So I had a client who was going to buy all of them. It was an all or nothing deal.
Heck yeah.
And we go to one of the houses, and he starts making comments about how they're a good tenant, but they're allowing a certain racial group to be there.
Protected group, yeah.
And now he wants them out, and he's kicking them out, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah.
And living there or just coming over?
Just coming over.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
And
that's crazy.
And we're just like,
How old's this owner?
He was alive with Moses. And,
old enough to know better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
I think old enough to not know better is the problem.
Oh, I see.
Or not know better, but not care.
Yeah.
Different world that they grew up in. I don't know.
Crazy.
Regardless, me and the other, it was Sean, and me and Sean were just like, yikes, yeah, probably shouldn't have said that, buddy, but yeah, we ended up not working together.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Otherwise, it's mostly gotten to the point where I'm just like, I'm gonna stop you there. You haven't said anything too far yet, but it's just completely irrelevant, kind of like what you said to them.
Yeah.
I can tell you, if you want to know the crime, here's how you can look it up.
Yep.
If you want to know the school districts, and here's how to look it up.
Sure.
I can't, because again, what's no crime or low crime? What's a good school district? Completely different.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Totally different opinions. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got.
I was gonna say, I think Josh.
You had
a
one?
story?
Sorry, Josh.
I wasn't going to go over that one, but we can.
Oh yeah. Never mind. Don't say that.
Okay. All right.
Never mind.
Fantastic. All right. So, real estate agent, real estate subreddit for the love of everything. All right. Don't. He says, agents don't do this. It looks desperate. open house today, at this place. You don't buy a home like that. You don't buy a home like these for where you are today. You buy it for where your life is headed next. Picture this. It's the holidays later this year. You're hosting. The kitchen island becomes the gathering spot. The living room fills with laughter. Someone asks you how you found the place, and you smile because you moved when it made sense, not when it was convenient. Fast forward to next summer. Morning coffee in your new space, quiet evenings, yada, yada, yada. So he's mocking the copy.
Description.
The copy on the description, right? The copy, the text. I don't mind the artistic value. I am with Jordan a little bit. I would rather see something like you're hosting in this kitchen with granite countertops, appliances, standing on luxury vinyl floor. Something about the house, right? I don't need something about, give me some factual substance as opposed to pure sentiment.
He started with the island when he mentioned the island. You start, in the kitchen with your island. Great. Now I know it has an island.
Yeah.
Again, it's like I said, I was saying pre-show, the story isn't the problem. There's a lot of people who do stories, and that's fine. Yeah. But they do it while also telling you facts and information about the house.
Of course, yeah.
That guy, I know it's got a living room, and I know it's got an island at the kitchen.
Maybe a back area.
Yeah,
right?
maybe a cool lounge area somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's the problem.
I don't have a beef with it. As far as how do you guys typically do your listings? Like I'm pretty. I don't know. It's gonna be dependent on the house. Like this. Yeah. This kind of it's just gonna be like, here's the condo.
Well, honestly,
it's so affordable. Yeah. Chat GPT. Yeah.
It helps a good start.
I will say tweak it.
It gives you
tweak it. Especially Chat knows me. Chat knows me so well now. Like it's kind of weird. She'll throw my sarcasm in there. Not quite. We did. We're doing a contest for the gym, and you know how Chat is kind of programmed to like make you. She's like the girlfriend to like sucks up and just makes you sound like a genius that you're not. Like, great idea. Let's keep it going. Like, well, hey, hold on. I didn't even think it was a great idea. I'm just like, I'm helping. I need your help critiquing.
Yeah.
Right. And so I had one. It was for the gym. I want to do like the Biggest Loser contest, like how much weight you can lose in the month or whatever. I was like, I would like something that the kids can participate in, but setting up a Biggest Loser contest for kids to lose weight, I'm against, right? Like,
probably not a good idea.
So, or change the goal, right? Change whatever. She's like, I'm gonna kick back here, Fox, right? Because you are in dangerous territory. And like, I was like, I kind of like it. Like, I'm cool with it, right? But they just typically Chat is very. It will pick up your tone the more you use it. So not quite. Again, she's not quite
there.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's really hit or miss. Are you using Chat exclusively
for descriptions?
Yeah. Well, anything. No. Do you use Claude or do you?
No, I use Chat because I pay for it.
Yeah, I use Chat. Chat. I'm so far. Everyone's like, you need to get that. I'm like, dude, I just got comfortable with Chat. Like, Chat just knows like everything I need. I don't need to train some new AI. And then in 3 months, when on some bigger whatever. That's kind of
maybe you can upload that AI to the new AI.
Yeah,
yeah, there you go. Oh, I wonder. Yeah.
Probably.
What's interesting is what's annoying about Chat side thread is it doesn't play well to Google because obviously Google's trying to get you to use Gemini, right? And so I'm like, make a Google Doc. They're like, I can't do that. I was like, can you make a spreadsheet? They're like, I can do that. I was like,
yeah, when it comes to certain things like that, yeah.
All right, this is crazy, and I think I'm gonna try to play this thread, okay? And we spent 20 minutes researching this story pre-show and what I like about you, Jordan, is you're like, maybe we should hold off on this story till I learn more. I was like, well, screw it, let's learn more now. Yeah. Like, I want to know about this story. Okay, so Michigan family who lost home over tax bill takes property rights case to Supreme Court. By the way, they've been fighting this now for 15 years.
No, it started in 2007, right?
Yeah. Well, no. That's when they were.
Yeah. So when I think when they took possession of it. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna play a little bit of this scenario if I can. Let's see. I'm gonna go back here and can I share the full screen, please? Let me share the full screen. Hold up. And we're gonna do this.
Mark and I were remodeling the house, tore down walls, remodeled the kitchen, new cabinets, new granite, new flooring, new bathroom.
I don't know if they can do
all of the things, thinking that there's not a chance in hell that they can actually take this house for this reason.
So when I first read this, or when I first saw this, hopefully that audio came through. It sounds quiet on my end, but it could be our headphones. You know what? I bet it is. I bet it's my EQM settings. I was like, you're remodeling this house and you haven't paid taxes, dog. Like, just pay your taxes and we ain't got an issue here. You know, don't start nothing, won't be nothing type thing. But let's continue on because there's more to the story.
Well, naively, ignorantly, we were wrong.
I love the sentimental music. Fox News Digital. This is yesterday.
My husband and his sister inherited their father's house when he passed. The house
nice
never
house.
changed hands. Sometime along the way,
They can hear it.
the
Can I? Okay.
assessor decided that the house was no longer due a principal residence exemption.
All right, pause. So no longer do a principal residence exemption. So when we first heard it, you're like, you know, you have an elderly parent and they pass. And so just because it stays in the family doesn't, by nature, unless it's true, become a single family residence. But Jordan,
principal.
excuse me, thank you. Principal meaning sole residence. But you were saying there's you're saying that there's like you can what can you do if you're like, yes, no one's living here as your principal residence at the moment. We need to rehab it. We're trying to do some things. What can you do to the court to say, hey, you know, here's what we're doing with this?
Well, it'd be to the city, and what you would just tell the city is, hey, here it's going up for sale. You know, I'm doing these rehabs and I'm putting up for sale.
Yeah.
And typically the city says, yep, you can keep your principal residence because you're putting up for sale. It was the passing, but it also comes timing too. I mean, if they pass in August, you put it up in December, it's never even going to get to that point because it didn't get to the assessor
It didn't
in that
get
new
to the
year.
assessor to
reevaluate. But if you're in that time frame, you can still go to the city and say, hey, although it's not our principal residence, we're putting it up for sale, and they, like I said, typically just allow you to keep that principal residence until it sells. Because what you don't want is it to go to a non-principal residence, and a principal residence buy it. Now they got to pay non-principal tax, and then it becomes messy, and that's why the city's
that's a messy. All right, so we're gonna continue reading this, and I'm gonna add. I gotta add the. The sound system's good. All right, so let's get her back up here. It's a nice house. What county was this?
Not sure why.
Isabella.
It was his only
Isabella.
residence. He was living there full time. Paid the taxes. Why take it away? Not sure. Anyways, that was fought at the tax tribunal, and the tax tribunal agreed that the house should still have the principal residence exemption. Sometime after that was determined, the county, the treasurers, went back again and removed the PRE.
Principal residence
in the middle.
exemption. So how can they override the tribunal?
Well, and that's where, partially, like I said, I just want to review it more because it makes there's so many things that just don't make sense.
You think we're missing part of the story?
We're missing part of the story, or there's something, not being told, and because if they did that, and again too, we're talking over like years and years of
Over
time.
a decade. And this was
it started. They said I think they went back from 2007 to 2011 to try and remove the principal residence. So it's like, okay, when did the dad pass? How long were they in there? Because again, if they're in there for 4 years trying to do a reno, the city's going to want their tax money back.
Sure.
Right? Because it doesn't take 4 years.
Fine. Pay it.
Or just pay it.
Just pay it, which is what we're going to.
Yeah.
I mean, this is tough for me, okay? Because they are in now a 15-year legal battle against the federal government. Or excuse me. No, against local municipal. So they're suing. I think they're suing the
county too.
Isabella, but they're going to the Supreme Court to try and set a precedent. As we're going to see, I can only imagine what their lawyer fees are to take something to the Supreme Court
for years.
Well, I mean,
is it winner based thing? Maybe the lawyer is trying to this could be a.
Well, and
thing.
sometimes the lawyer, and again, I don't really know because we just reviewed it very, very little. But the lawyer might also be thinking, this is my case to make it to the big leagues. Even if I take it at a very reduced, don't make a lot of money on this one. I got a case to the Supreme Court and won.
Interesting.
maybe not.
So
You're right.
yeah, let's or maybe not. There you go.
Don't
Now we-
lose,
now we
right?
just- yeah.
That they filed for foreclosure, and somehow we lost the house. I still quite do not understand it. It was a $1,600 difference.
Well, you
in
lost the
an
house because you
homestead
didn't pay
tax
the
rate and a
tax.
regular tax rate. The taxes had been paid, never missed a payment, never late.
So that's part of the confusing. They paid the taxes that were owed based on when it was assessed as a principal residence, and then they came through and they said, well, there's a little bit more owed,
And they refused to pay that.
And yeah, I mean, you have to know that they're going to come for it, right?
Well,
Like you've got to know that,
Well, and here's the thing: they again don't know for sure because we don't. I mean, we're just going off of a little bit, but more than likely, the city and county put multiple notices on their door.
Yeah.
If you don't pay your tax bill,
Yeah.
you're going to lose the house.
Yeah.
Now at that point, I think there's a comment in the Reddit thread, and they were saying, well, if you had lawyers then, they would have put an injunction and stopped the foreclosure
Yes,
until
they did.
the
They
lawsuit.
absolutely did, yeah.
So why wasn't that done?
Not a great lawyer.
Yeah,
Not gonna
I
make it the
mean,
big leagues, you know?
like I said, there's just so much in the story that just doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. I mean, and it sounds like they waited until
The
they
last
lost the
minute.
house sold for pennies on the dollar,
So-
and then they're gonna go sue.
So
Like,
yeah. So that's
day late and
what's
a dollar short.
interesting. We're gonna finish this video, and then I think getting into this, dude, like when you learn, because we did find a more clarifying article. It's pretty. I mean, it's pretty kind of interesting to keep up on. We should follow this one
Yeah.
through. Let's see
And
here.
when that $1,600 wasn't paid, they filed for foreclosure. In the meantime, Mark and I were
$1,600.
remodeling the house, tore down walls, remodeled the kitchen, new cabinets, new granite, new flooring, new bathroom, all of the things, thinking that there's not
pause really quick. 'cause
When the
this
$1,600 wasn't paid, pay the 16. Pay
Seriously,
it
you just
and
remodeled the
dispute it.
kitchen, the
Yeah.
bathroom, nothing.
here's the other thing that I'm thinking. They don't clarify if they moved in permanently or if they're doing this because they want to sell it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean because if they moved in permanently, then this is a shut and dry case. Like, dude, I'm living here. This is my primary
I'm
residence
gonna guess
now.
they didn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess they didn't. Right.
chance in hell that they can actually take this house for this reason. Well, naively.
Yeah, well, it's one thing we know about government. They don't have a great track record of not taking things that don't belong to them.
Ignorantly, we were wrong.
Yeah, you were.
We've been to the Michigan Supreme Court. We've been. To
I
court
can't
in
say that. I need to
California.
clarify that statement. The law is written, right, wrong, or indifferent. The law, tax law especially, right? Because one thing, if it's a bank foreclosure, dude, they don't want your house.
They're gonna do everything they
They're going
can.
to foreclose it. They're
Yeah.
going to sell it, and then they're going to give you 6 months to get it back. The federal government is like,
It's ours.
they'll spend a lot of money to get a little return, right, on this. So, but the
Takes the whole
bottom
house.
line,
Spend more money
bottom
than
line
it
is
is
pay. Yeah, it's same with the IRS. They're the only entity that will spend $100,000 to collect 50. Right,
No.
like 50, but whatever,
No,
right?
no.
Like they just, it's out of principle, right? It's the big stick mentality. So, pay your taxes is the
Yes.
moral. Let's finish this.
It's gone back and forth in appeals processes. I'm not sure why it was so necessary to fight this so hard on their end.
That I will say, like
That's- and that's where I think
that I
there's
will
something-
say is for an Isabella County small town, right? That seems really
Greedy.
unusual.
Yeah.
It
Right,
seems
like-
like there's something maybe on the property, or maybe somebody who really, really wants that. There's something about that specific property.
or like honestly, it could
struck
being
oil.
from a small town.
Yeah.
It could be like
Family
the
drama, yeah.
family drama. Like you'd be
Oh,
surprised. Like
I
the
know,
assessor had his girlfriend stolen from
Yeah.
homeboy's dad in high school. Like that.
Yeah.
Like that could be that petty. Now could take your house over. I don't know. Let's
They
finish.
struck oil in the
We
back.
understand
Yeah.
that for private property rights and what's right based on principle. The whole point of the Supreme Court case is, can the government, local governments, federal government, whomever, seize a property and keep the proceeds.
That's the thing about tax. Is that how it's written?
I'm- let me double
If
check
a bank
before.
sells it right now, if you go into bank foreclosure and a bank sells it, let's say easy math, right? $400,000 house, it sells for $2. No, scratch that. $400,000 house, it sells for $350. You owe $2. They're going to pay you the difference, right? And you can, and there's a redemption period after that, but they're gonna pay you the difference of the equity. In tax foreclosure, at least in this scenario, Jordan's looking it up. Not only is that not what they did, they didn't sell it at market value.
Nope.
So they literally fire sold it, which makes me, who's the buyer? That's what so I'm gonna keep, oh dude, we're gonna keep watching this while he looks that up.
And B, fire sale it and have the homeowner lose 30 years of equity in a home that was paid off.
So it looks like Michigan is one of the few places where that is true, because when I look it up, it says the Supreme Court ruled that a government takes property for unpaid taxes and sells it, it cannot keep the surplus equity beyond what is owed.
But Michigan is.
Some states, including Michigan, foreclosure all proceeds, even if the sale price greatly exceeds the taxes owed.
Gotta love Michigan.
So we're gonna get into some specifics here. So Michigan is one where they keep it all.
Yep.
Screw you. Okay. This is the one where we've got more. I'm gonna share this a little bit. I'm gonna share some of the big numbers. This was back in, what's the year that I saw? 2004. The guy died. This is a 22-year-old case. He
died in 04?
He passed into that. He bought the home in the 90s, lived there until his death in 2004.
Dude.
At which point his son Mark and his family moved into the home.
So then what's the issue?
Oh, dude, they totally have a case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they moved into the house, you can see how this guy's aged. This is him. Remember what he looked like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have that photo. I mean, if that's when they moved in, dog.
So the other thing too, so actually, because as I'm reading now, there already was a Supreme Court case in 2023 that changed it. So I don't know why this is going back to the Supreme Court.
So they wait, hang on. They did that changed what?
That says about the amount owed. Anything over the amount owed goes back to the family. So that part should already be, because I didn't know, because it said Michigan and then it said
over.
So like the proceeds, if you get the proceeds, after what's paid is owed. So like if you have a $5,000 tax bill, I sell it for $100. The tax or the and then I get
they
the
still should
$95,000
have sold
back.
it for market though, right?
Well, and I think that's what their case is more about.
Both of them, insult to injury.
Well, yeah.
Right? You got nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is crazy. And so now, hang on, let me bring this back up. Share this with the world, the internet. So that's crazy. They moved into the house. The local tax assessor disagreed.
He's the buyer.
See, dude, like
He's the buyer.
something. What happened? Did they sell their other house? Is the other house still getting principal residence exemption? So there's a couple unknowns. And the foreclosure proceedings continued. The house was eventually sold at public auction. You ready for this? For $76,000. The assessed market value. Those are two different words.
Yeah, they didn't, because I noticed that when you said it, they didn't use the assessed value correctly. They used it as what the current market value is.
Well, let's because assessed value is the tax assessed value, which is usually about half of market value. Market value is what it'll actually sell for
if they just bought it.
When one of us,
because assessed value is what they're getting taxed at. So if you've owned it for 30 years, you're going to be a lot less than half.
Yeah. So using a phrase assessed market value would be the equivalent of saying the NHL football player.
Yeah.
Right. You're using two differing words to kind of.
But they're a journalist, not a realtor.
Well. Who was it that said you have a right to be wrong in your opinion, but no one has a right to be wrong in their facts? Like if you're a journalist, like your goal, do some invest. This is crazy though. So after the $74,000, which they didn't get, they didn't even get that. So they fire sold it over $1,600 taxes. But now the Pungs are arguing that the failure of the company to pay the family the over $118,000 difference between the price and the auction price and the market value of the home amounts to an excessive fine in violation of the Eighth Amendment and is not just compensation for as required by the Fifth Amendment, which is they can take your property,
I'm gonna get the
eminent domain, probably of some description. The simple way of thinking about it is that you have, in this case, a situation where the government confiscated an entire home as payment for a debt that never should have been imposed in the first place. Even on this figurine, it shows fair market value is $1.94.
Yeah.
Seized equity is $1.92.
It's the Fifth Amendment against it's the takings clause. The government cannot take private property for public use without just compensation.
Well, this isn't. I guess
But it's-
not really
yeah, it's not public use.
Yeah. The oral arguments are scheduled to take place on February 25th.
Oh, what year?
That's
This
last week.
year.
Oh.
This article is
Yeah.
from January.
That
All
I
right.
think there's more going on.
That's
what I think.
I got it.
'Cause
How can I follow? Well, and here's the.
I'm gonna ask MR.
Who's MR?
Michigan Realtors
Oh.
legal. They're legal. department. They know everything about it.
So where's that? Where's the one where they talked about? Yes. So here's the point to the state side. And I don't want to be in the Supreme Court's seat here. If the county argues, if the court rules in favor of the Pung family, it would make tax foreclosure no longer a viable way to collect unpaid taxes, which is true. It would set a kind of a weird precedent. If the former property owners are entitled to more than surplus proceeds actually yielded by the sale, tax foreclosure becomes a money-losing proposition. You
lose all teeth.
you lose the teeth, but when are you I mean, this was a very
Specifically,
a perfect storm because they sold it in 2000. If it took till, I don't know how long foreclosure took, somewhere the date 2011 was thrown around, so that's certainly in the crash, right? Or at least on the back side of it. And so $76,000, who's to say it's worth $194? That could be tricky. I've seen this as I've always seen this as a property rights case. Martin said that it's more about property rights than it's about taxes, with someone's home being their most important asset. I've seen it as a property rights case as the lawyer. I don't view it as a tax case because this was never about tax collection. If it were, they knew Pung was good for the money. She said,
because there's only two.
Referencing the fact that Pung was paying a legal team at that point. I don't really think this is ever about a tax collection. I think it was about taking the whole property. The county's lawyers also reference that taxes are not a taking under the Fifth Amendment, and that the Eighth Amendment excessive fines clause should apply only against monetary penalty or property foreclosure imposed as punishment following conviction of a crime, which doesn't apply.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's not necessary because if
you
you change the tax, like I said, you're screwed on that front. I think this is more of a government overreach, and they should have never done it to begin with.
Well, if they're living in I
And that's the thing,
do
if they
think we're
live in it.
missing. I mean, this is an open and shut case. If you moved in the house, it's a primary residence.
Like I said, there's something that is not being said or not being explained correctly.
Can you get up? I want to get updates on this.
Yeah, you probably have to look and do some
How can you
research.
follow? What is it? Well, she was on YouTube, right? What was that? What was that YouTube family?
How do you spell their name? P-U-N-G-H?
P-U-N-G. Pung. So she's because she's here.
New bathroom.
YouTube T.S. Williams 22 at YouTube. I'll have to follow him. Is it still worth buying a house knowing the government can take it if you don't pay taxes? What are you doing in this situation?
One, I would have paid the $1,600 and then fought it.
Yeah.
Or
you
stop
really-
the injunction
would
like
you
the one
really-
person said. And said, no, not paying it, but I'm getting a lawyer and stopping this.
It is one of
first.
those things where it seems like they let it get pretty far before doing anything, and now you're trying to retroactively saying that it wasn't. And there was, because traditionally, and I'm going to catch some flack for this, as someone who's been audited by the Michigan business tax. Okay, I don't think I've gotten a federal audit yet, but the Michigan business tax is one of the toughest audits I deal with. By and large, especially at the local level, you're usually not dealing with people who are out to get you, right? They're like, are they by the book and kind of dickish? Sure, yeah, but they're that's their
That's
goal.
how they are to everybody.
That's your goal, right? Like getting in here, getting the fire alarms in here. I was like, dude, they were talking about a suppression system, and I was like, I talked to him. I was like, dude, come on, man. Like, and he's like, he was like, how many students do you have in here? Like, he's like, and here's why. I have another place opening up next to an auto shop in Westland, and they're like above an auto shop or something. And he's like, and I'm making them put an auto. He's like, so I'm gonna see. I gotta look at the book, dude. He's like, I'm gonna see what I can. And he was cool, right? So it took
but it makes sense.
I think it was $15,000 as opposed to $100,000.
At least he is making sense because and he's looking at the stands from if that other place finds out.
Yeah. No,
and they're going to sue because, now you made me do it and them not. Well, that means you were discriminating for something.
They're by an auto.
But it's all because we have to deal with
have
to deal with this crap at the board level, in certain things where if we remove somebody from a committee or the board or if they come up on an ethics grievance or an arbitration. We better do everything by the book and due process because if we miss one little thing, guess who's coming back and suing because of X, Y, and Z. So I get it I get why they do it sometimes, but at least, like I said, at least he was cool and was like, hey,
he was cool. Well, because they like us, right? Like and I think he saw how much grief they put us through. Follow-up question. My sister bought her house in Carlton. She wants to dispute her taxes.
She can.
She's asking me, what's the best way to win that?
Well, why is she disputing it?
Because the raise, went up, and we're not talking about the uncapped, right? She's just like, well, I told her, I said, they saw what you just bought it for, dude. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, you're gonna need a reason of, I don't know if it needs work or whatever. She's like, what can you see me pull comps? So
that's what you do is pull comps. You send it to the
right. But
what she bought. Well, is what she bought it for, and if you half it, is it the same or is it significantly higher?
Say it again.
Like, so she bought it for
the assessed value.
Yeah. What's the assessed value? What'd you buy it for? Because if they just half it.
Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up here.
Yeah, because if they just let's say you bought it for 300 and the assessed value is 150, they're gonna be like, what are you arguing about? Now, if it's like 200 and you just bought it for 300,
let's see. All right, so I'm not gonna share the screen because she would be pretty upset. Yeah. So the taxes went up $1,500, which is to be accepted. Where the frick? Here. Oh no. Nah, dude. It's a set prior year. Current year is a 154.
What they buy it for?
Like 3.
What are you arguing then?
Yeah.
Sorry. What am I supposed to say? What am I arguing about?
Well, because I think it's the change from prior year to current year of $10,000 of the assessed value because they bought it last year.
But did it go up last year?
From 24 to 25.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
Because sometimes it does take them a year.
I would assume, right? Yeah.
Because sometimes it does take them a year. You'd be surprised where.
Sorry, I'm coming back. All right, there we go.
Very good. I completely lost. Oh, so sometimes it does take the city a little bit to come back. I was waiting.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
Sometimes it does take the city a while to get back around to it. So it might take a year. They may miss a year because I had that one time happen. They're like, oh, they didn't catch us. We got lower taxes still. And then the next year they got hit. And then they called me freaking out. And I'm like, do you not remember when he called me last year, all happy that they missed you? And I told you, don't worry, it's going to catch up. So they may have missed a year, but if she bought it for 300 and it's 150.
All appeals by appointment, only written appeal. Who's the Ash Township?
My dad. He's on the board, a review.
Is he really?
Well, no, Berlin. Sorry, not Ash. I forgot. Wrong township. But yeah, no, he's on the Berlin, And I mean, there was somebody who very, very similar. They bought the house.
Market adjustment was the change reason.
Yeah, they bought the house, and then all of a sudden they're trying to argue their tax bill. Or no, sorry, I'm sorry. It was a new construction.
Yeah.
And it was a new construction, and they were arguing that they were their house was only worth this. And my dad's like, "Dude, are you joking?" So they did a full CMA, and they actually ended up raising his taxes because he wanted to fight it. So they went in and they went over everything, and they raised it because they didn't tell you didn't tell us about this and this, so that increases your value, and now your taxes base is actually this. They're like, yeah, you should have shut up and been happy.
Ooh.
So for her case, if she bought it for 300 and it's 154, what are you arguing about? Do you want to start something with the city?
Is it possible they could adjust it higher?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because let's say they did some updates and renovation, and you didn't tell me about this and this
They
and this.
haven't done anything like that to
Yeah.
raise the value. Interesting.
But yeah, no, I'd leave it alone. You're better off.
He's like, crap.
I mean,
I'll do the comps for her, but I will give her your advice. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, if there's a difference, like I said, they bought it for 300 and then the assessed is 200.
Yeah.
Now I can say, where are you coming up with a $400,000 valuation? It was just on the open market, and 300 was the most it got for. And you know how I know? Because we had 8 other offers.
Correct. Yeah.
So this is the most it came, or it was going to get. So where's your 400 valuation?
Mm-hmm.
But if they're at 154, and even if you did buy it for 300, what are you going to argue over a $5,000 difference on the assessed? So you're talking what, $50, $100?
So $100.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't start an
Don't-
enemy
don't
over
poke the bear
$100.
when you-
Yeah. And I mean, unfortunately, that just I would leave it alone.
Intern Carlton, you're Monroe County. You have better taxes than
Yeah,
most. Be
yeah. That's
happy
why I
with
told her.
them.
I was like, your taxes went up. My taxes would have gone up.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't even know. Like
I
100.
knew
What is
people
this?
with, like,
57,
12.
57 mils on 150. That's an $8,000. What should we like? See, we can't use your math trick, right? 57 times $1.50. 57 times 150. Is that 9,000?
If it's a 3, yeah, I mean, that's about right. I mean, I had someone, tangent a little bit, but I had someone a couple years ago look at a house 380, and they were scoffing at the tax bill. Fast forward a year, now 530. It was that when I was talking to you pre-show. Now 530. That's an appropriate tax bill. I hope that the other agent didn't explain the tax bills again, and he's gonna get screwed. I bet, because
Interesting.
you're
Dude,
talking about
I would
$15,000.
I would pursue that one, bro. And what we're talking about, I'm not gonna share. I don't even know names, but like when you're under contract and you're under contract with Brian. I don't know.
No, it was passed. I mean, I don't have one.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I don't even have one.
Oh, then you got no.
Yeah, no, I've got
You
nothing.
got no legs.
No, I know. No, trust me, I know. Like I said, it's been about a year since I was showing them houses, so I know I don't have. Well, like I said, I had one,
hurts.
but I don't think it extended
But
to
you
this
had that
point.
relation with the person where you
Yeah,
thought they were.
yeah. No, I mean that happens a lot.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for our show. I really hope to follow up on it. That's great, and that's a month old. I don't know what would have to happen. There's only a few categories in which I would be willing to undergo a 15-year legal battle.
Yeah.
And it would be probably something along the lines of that would affect my children or my children's future, my faith, or
I think for them it's principle.
maybe, yeah, it's Dude, that's a fat principle.
You have to be a big...
Dude,
yeah.
and you got to know you're going to win. I'm not going to be in a hurry to a 15-year legal battle.
For $1,600.
It's not the money.
Oh,
And
gotcha,
you
gotcha,
are
gotcha.
certainly invested well over $100,000, probably over $200,000.
Oh, at that point, we're dying on this
in
hill.
legal fees, right? And so either A, you got the guy who didn't file an injunction to not get it taken in the first place, or maybe it's different, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you're $250,000 or whatever in legal fees,
Probably.
like.
If not more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
If
mean,
not.
I that's not a hill I'm willing to die on. And it also comes down to my faith in them making the right decision.
Hope big
How
white lawyer.
how did the seats look now? Like,
They're pretty
Are they
split.
pretty moderate?
But
yeah.
I mean, and I will say this: when you're talking about things like property rights, it's not really a left and right thing.
No, no. Yeah, no. I'm not even going left or right because I think they're fabricated sides a lot of times. Like I think it's because the county assessor, they have a point. Every court knows there who's a federal employee. That's what they are. They work for federal. The person paying their check is federal. Knows that, so this is going to set a precedent that my boss won't be able to collect property taxes. How's that going to look for me?
Well,
what is that? There's
I think
bias
the
there,
one comment was right. Let's not make this about the property taxes and more about the government overreach. I think that because it'd be smart for them to be like, hey, this shouldn't have happened, but it's you know. Do we agree? You probably maybe should have gotten the money. Yeah, but we can't set that precedent.
I wonder if there is. Yeah, I wonder if that can be an answer. Because if that can be an answer of, we'll pay you the market value to date, right? So whatever it is today, we'll cover your legal fees, but we're not setting this precedent.
I don't know if that can be a ruling. I don't know. Yeah, I was saying more of like, hey, I think you got screwed. We're not disagreeing with you. I think that. I mean, that's where I don't know, because I think it'd be, like you said, it'd be a dangerous precedent to set. But at the same time, it's a shutting. It's
if they were living in there,
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, if they were living in there, the assessor got cheated on in high school. Like that's for sure. like that's for sure what happened. Like if they were living in there, they pissed off somebody at the city.
At the city
like
level,
for sure.
I don't see another reason why they just.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. All right, guys. Well, that's it for our show. If you want to buy a house, we'll help you do that. If you want to do for sale by owner, that's fine.
We'll tell you the reasons why
we'll
not.
we'll bring a buyer, and then we'll talk you into paying the commission. It happens a lot.
And taxes.
And taxes. Yeah. So if you are a first-time home buyer and you're confused by a lot of any of those terms that we talked about, and you're overwhelmed, hit us up. We'll walk you through it.
734 buy
sell. Yeah, 7-3. Oh, is that it? Buy sell. Yeah. What happened to your sign out front, dog?
The storm.
God, Mother Nature.
Yeah.
They said no more.
Yeah.
No, the storm came through, and that one winter, the wind was just crazy, blew it over. There is a work order to have it fixed, and that's what we heard last month or 2 months ago, whenever it happened too.
Just curious. I was driving past the brokerage. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I have a sign guy if they need one. So
it's a corporate thing. But yeah, whatever.
Corporation. All right. All right, guys. That's it. I don't have a sign off for this account, so I guess I need one.
I would say see you next week. We can't even do see you next week because you're gone.
See you sell your home. Fox buys, sells your dream property. I don't know. I'll take your recommendations. Put it in the comments. All right, guys. See you in 2 weeks.